Hello and welcome to HughesRound. This is the round. I'm the Hughes. It is Thursday, the 15th of July, 2021. Welcome, welcome. I've called today's show Into the Abyss because we are teetering on a precipice. Not just the precipice of COVID. We now have the most infections in the world. We're finally well beating in something. We have the most new COVID infections in the world. Nobody who has lived through the last 15 months of this fucking hell could have predicted this. Oh, actually, no, everyone who has lived through the last, 16, 17 months of this hell probably did predict it because it was fucking obvious to anyone who was paying even a scintilla of attention. The other thing that we are teetering on the precipice of is absolutely cataclysmic, worldwide, global warming and climate change. At the moment, 20 are dead in Germany, in West Germany, from flooding. And heat records are being knocked off all over the Northern Hemisphere. We are well beyond normality here. The highest temperature that was ever recorded in Canada before this year was about 45 degrees. And that was an extraordinary event. This year now, that new record stands at over 49 degrees in a single year. Peglatori says, I can't wait for this heat wave to be over. Slept terribly for 2 weeks now on an air-conditioned place, so as soon as I work, I feel sleepy. You could always come to Durham, mate. I'm still wearing my coat. Charlotte says, hello. We've got Andrew Ray saying, buenos dias. We've got Peglatori saying, hello, folks. At Nat 100 saying, all right. Stanley says, happy Thursday, all well. I wouldn't go that far. On Monday, we are looking forward to the mask wars starting. We need a little lizard person from Planet Dagobah saying, begun, the mask wars have. Monday morning. So, Scotland has said they're going to keep masks mandatory. Wales has said they're going to keep masks mandatory on public transport and in closed spaces. England is saying that they won't. However, transport companies, bus companies, transport for London are all saying no. We're going to make people wear masks. But who's gonna be in charge of that? Who's going to police it? It won't be the police that we pay for our fucking taxes. No, it'll be the fucking bus driver. Great. Bus drivers get enough shit as it is. But load it on. None of those cunts in fucking power have ever been on a fucking bus. They get chauffeur driven around all their fucking lives since they were little fat shits. Now they've grown up into big fat shits. They have no fucking idea. They haven't got the first fucking clue. Well, that's that plan over, says John Barley. Says Stanley to John. I've seen a report saying that New Zealand are going to make membership of CTTP, PPP, TTP, TCC, TTP dependent on the government honouring its agreements with the EU, including the Northern Ireland Protocol. Yes, I actually forwarded an article about this this morning, or at least a tweet. I forwarded a tweet about it. I retweeted a tweet about it. Yes, good on them. I like the fact that the people of New Zealand, or the government of New Zealand, a country that is 24,000 miles away, a country that has just 4.7 million people living there, and a good 12 time zones away. I like the fact that they actually have the, cojones to stand up to this tyrannical, gangster, illegal, cheating, referendum ripping off, racist bunch of dickheads who are in charge of our country. I quite like that. It's not like the fucking electorate's going to stand up against them. Oh my God, what would you have to do? If someone had told me a couple of years ago, right, Graham, you know what though? Boris Johnson could kill someone and still stay Prime Minister. I'll be like, yeah, right, whatever. Yeah, I think that'll be the line. Kill 2 people. Yeah, that'll definitely. Kill 5 people. Yeah, kill 100 people. Yeah, I think he'll be out by then. Yeah, if he killed 100 people. How about 128,000 people? Within 28 days of a positive COVID test? What about over 50,000 people with the word COVID on their death certificate? Nothing. He hasn't dropped in the polls at all. Nothing. He is absolutely fucking Teflon. And there's nothing we can do. Except, I don't know, fucking abandon ship. Ferment revolution. All of options are out. Because he's not going to stop being popular. He's going to walk the next election. Whether it's next year, whether it's in 2 years, whether it's in 2024. It doesn't matter. He will walk it. Because there's nothing he can do that will lose him popularity. It's him. It's a personality cult. We need to accept this. And we need to work around it somehow. Or work on trying to take him out. Like, get him out of power. But I can't see any paths. Because while the Tories stay high in the polls, they're never going to get rid of him. And while the British electorate continuously says, oh yeah, Boris Johnson's doing a great fucking job. No matter all the corruption, all the sleaze, all the money he paid so he could fuck some grubby little fucking yank on the family couch while his wife was being treated for cancer. Imagine undergoing chemotherapy and coming home and seeing your fucking husband on the couch with a big fat fucking trollop from America. I'm talking about Trump. I'm talking about Boris there. The woman he was with wasn't much better. But I mean, do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, painful. And people still accept it. They go, yeah, that's all right. He lied to his employees. He lied to his wives. He lied to his mistresses. He lied to the Queen. He lied to the Prime Minister when he was under Theresa May. He's just a liar. He's just a fucking liar who just lies to everybody, and people love it. People love him. He can marry his mistress and have as many bastard children as he likes, and these weird fucking churchgoers who think they're going to heaven somehow. I hate to break it to you, Brenda. You're not going to heaven. If it fucking exists, you're fucked. I'll be going to church every week praying that fucking heaven doesn't exist. Or at least hell doesn't exist, because you are so going to burn. You're going to burn. You are going to burn in the hell that you believe in. If it's fucking real. But yes, all these people go to church and still support Boris Johnson. What? And then there's going to be fucking anarchy on Monday because the little cunt can't make a fucking decision. The little fuck pie cannot make a fucking decision. That blonde turnip, it's a turnip, isn't it? On a bin bag filled with custard. He cannot make a fucking decision. And he's in charge of a country. I wouldn't believe him in charge of a fucking corner shop. I wouldn't trust him to run a fucking bath. He's absolutely fucking useless. Can't make a decision. He can't. He just wants to have a party. That's what he wants to do. He was, oh yeah. Which, in all other regards, I'd go, yeah, okay, that's quite a noble thing. He just wants everyone to have a good time. Okay, cool. But not when you're the fucking prime minister of a fucking country. No, we don't have time for this shit. Present day demos in Miami claiming to be Havana. That's what you get with the internet, the new military hardware. Indeed it is. The US government is engaging yet another sneaky counter-revolution in Cuba via the internet and social media, as tried with Venezuela, with video clips, pics of demos taken from the Arab Spring in Egypt. I wish that the US government would spend more time, sorting itself out rather than interfering on other people's countries. Right, what else have we got here? We've got can't wait for this heat wave. New report about New Zealand. Dutch authorities are predicting 300 meter cubed per second flow through the Dutch part of the Maas River tonight. Record previous was 1911 with 2,000 meter cubed. Bloody hell. A second. Sorry. Tories still using their BS framing to blame levelling up for the Chesham and Amersham by-election. Ridiculous that people still even believe it. Yeah, Boris Johnson's gone out today, so about levelling up. Just another fucking useless fucking soundbites from the fucking Tories. They've got no intention of levelling things up because they are rich. They are fucking rich. They are incredibly rich. They are insanely rich, and they paid fuck all in tax because, is it really money? Are they really earning money? Because they are through their investments, but your investments are only subject to capital gains taxes, and that's only after you fucking sell them. So I think, someone like who's that cunt with the haunted pencil cunt? Rees-Mogg. I think Rees-Mogg's going to be all right, and tax wise. I mean, he's moved his holding company to Ireland to exploit some tax loophole, or maybe to get away from Brexit. There you go. It's 20 minutes in. I haven't even mentioned fucking Brexit. I've been talking about the weather, about climate change, and I've been talking about Boris Johnson and how crap he is, and the fact that nothing he does seems to stick. Even his chief advisor can stand up or sit down in a Common Select committee and say he's fucking useless. He's absolutely useless. Describe him as a runaway shopping trolley, just bouncing off the sides. Absolutely the worst person possible to have in a crisis. He's not like Winston Churchill. He's more like Neville Chamberlain. He just can't make a decision. He's like, oh no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. All those fuckers who just say, oh, everything will be fine. When you're really worried about something and you need someone to really explain to you why it's going to be all right, and they don't. They just go, oh, it'll be fine. And you're like, but how? Can you explain to me how it's going to... Oh, don't worry about it. Don't. But what we do echoes through the generations. What we do and what our government does, it has real life repercussions on everyone in this country. Everyone around us as well. It has repercussions all across Europe as well. And they let him get away with it. 40%. Every fucking poll, 40% say they're going to vote Tory no matter what. We're not dealing with a political party anymore. We're dealing with a fucking cult. A mind-washed cult of fucking lunatics. And it's a huge number of the population. Stanley Beckett says you can rely on Jacinda Ardern for moral leadership. You can indeed. The problem with staring into the abyss is that it will stare back at you. Jacinda was a great Prime Minister, says Peck and Tory. Yep. Lee says evening all. Duke says, well, Graham, they do use public transport, mostly to leave highly confidential documents on them. Yeah, but I don't think that's Boris Johnson. Don't forget, the people in Parliament who work in Parliament have to wear fucking masks, but the MPs don't. For next week. I've been calling it the cult of Pfeffel for a long time now, says Duke. Yeah. They're just fucking crazy. I mean, last week, there was a thread going through on Facebook. It was all these stupid fucking groups, like a political group. And, it was on my YouTube, on my Facebook. And I put in something about the government being shite. And someone said, that's inappropriate, whatever the meme was, that's inappropriate. And thus began a really, really long one of those threads that when you're dealing with a troll, I just don't bother trying to repeat, try to actually respond to what they're saying. I just asked them a simple question. And my simple question to ask this Boris Johnson fan was, how many people have died of COVID in New Zealand? And he wouldn't answer the fucking question. I must have copied and pasted it at least 7 times. And every time he just ignored it. He just ignored it. And that's what we need to do. We need to say to these people, how many people have died in New Zealand? And watch them fucking squirm. 26. 26 more people died last week in the UK of COVID in the last week than have died in a year and a half in New Zealand, because New Zealand do it properly. And that they haven't had as big a hit on the economy. I mean, this is all to come. We are going to get fucked. We are going to get absolutely fucked. We come out of this and the economy's up the spout anyway because of COVID. But everyone's got that around the world to lesser or greater degrees. But we've got Brexit on top of it. And now we can't even get enough food to our fucking supermarkets. I tell you what, right? Start stocking up again if you haven't already started, because there's going to be shortages throughout the summer. All of the truck companies are saying this. All the lorry companies are saying this. New Zealand has geography in its favour. Okay, well, that's a response that we often get, Bonnie. And then you say to that, how many people have died in Vietnam? And the answer, because I think it's about 129. So I'm just going to check this because I don't want to be putting out, untrue things. Let's have a look. They have had 138. It's gone up by 6. 138 deaths in Vietnam. Now, I guarantee that whoever you're fucking talking to is not going to know where Vietnam is or how many people live there. So just let them know there's 95 million people live in Vietnam. 95 million people. In the UK, 66 million. Okay, so they're nearly a third bigger than the UK. And the country's a small one, so people are closely packed in. And it borders fucking China. And yet, 138 deaths. And then they squirm. And then they really fucking squirm. And they say, oh, but that's a developing country. Yes, it's a developing country. They're better than us. Right, but they what did they do? They shut the fucking borders. It's what we should have done last year. Should have done it 16 months ago, 17 months ago, 18 months ago. Shut the fucking borders. It's what Japan did. You know, they've had 10,000 deaths, I think. I'm going to just check because it might have gone up since I last checked. Japan has had 15,000 deaths. Okay, so we have had over 110,000 more deaths. And here's the thing. Population of Japan is 129 million. It is twice that of the UK, almost. Over an area which isn't much bigger than the UK. I think it's about the same size, actually, where people are really crammed in together. And they took it seriously. They wore masks. They shut down the fucking airports, stopped people coming in. We allowed people to flood in from India, high-risk area. I mean, it was high risk, and that's why the neighbouring countries of Pakistan and Bangladesh were put on a fucking red list. India's the big country in the middle of those two fairly big countries, but India's obviously 1.3 billion people. And we let thousands and thousands and thousands of people come over from India to the UK in those 2 weeks before we finally put India on the red list. By then, the virus hadn't just arrived once, it had arrived hundreds of times. And now we're taking part in a big fucking experiment, aren't we? We're being experimented on like lab rats. That's what our government see us as, fucking lab rats. I knew they saw us as rats, but now we're lab rats. We've gone up a notch, I guess. At least we've got a job now. And they're going to test this new theory about how to get rid of COVID. And their theory is this. If you gave everyone COVID, then no one will have COVID. Yeah. Doesn't sound like it makes a lot of fucking sense, does it? Because it doesn't make any fucking sense at all. What's going to happen, quite simply, is in a population where a lot of people are vaccinated and a lot of people aren't still, and some people are half vaccinated and some people are fully vaccinated, what's going to happen against this Delta variant? Eventually, it's going to mutate. Because every single time that fucking virus spreads, every single cell division it makes or forces, there's a chance of a mutation. And every time that chance happens, it can become less deadly. Great, whatever. Might not be a useful mutation. It might fucking die. It might kill itself. It might be like, a mutation that will not allow it to survive. But it'll only be that fucking cell. If it gets to a point where it's like, hey, this is deadly. This is good. This is really sticking one to the vaccine. Then we are not just back to square one. Because square one was a situation in which we had a disease and we were developing a vaccine for it. And then we got the vaccine. So we're actually going to be behind that because we're going to have a disease and there's going to be no fucking vaccine for it because the fucking vaccines won't fucking work because Boris Johnson and his daft cunt mates have allowed the disease to spread through the population willy-nilly. Allow 70,000 people into fucking Wembley to watch a final. How irresponsible. Would you allow these people in charge of your children? Would you leave them in charge of your children for 5 fucking minutes? No, you fucking wouldn't. Why do we allow them to be in charge of a fucking country? It's absolutely barbaric. It's actually barbaric. It's the only word I can think of to describe what we're doing. The population being treated by our government as lab rats. And if we die, oh well, it's a sacrifice that Boris Johnson is willing to make. How will we look on the world stage if we release a deadly vaccine-beating variant onto the world? Yes. XYX, XXY. We're going to look like a bunch of twats. Although I think we already do. But this is freaking me out, I've got stuff to do. I want to be going to Panama in September. It's only 2 months away. The way things are going, I might have to cancel that trip. I might have to cancel that fucking trip. I've been looking forward to it for months now. Might have to cancel it because if we become Plague Island, which is what the government seems to be their policy, and they're just going, oh no, but it's all right because less people are dying. That's their excuse. Fewer people are dying, so it's all right. We just had to manage. No. That's not the issue here. Well, obviously it should be because people are fucking dying. It's not about the fact that the death rate is going down because of the vaccine, quite rightly. It's the fact that we are opening up the door for a vaccine-resistant variant of the disease. And then we're fucked. We're so fucked. What are we going to do? Go into another fucking year of lockdown? We don't have the money. I don't have the fucking will, to be honest with you. Jesus Christ. Hi, David. We let them lead the country because 43% of a very selected electorate vote them in, unfortunately. Well, it's not even that. It's 40% of the electorate. 40% of the electorate in every fucking poll, people who vote, say they're going to vote for Tory. That's all you need to win in a first past the post system. Britain is an island as New Zealand is, indeed. 49 newly recognised COVID dead just yesterday. In one day. Fucking hell. Fucking. It's nearly twice as many as have died in New Zealand in a year and a half. In a fucking day. And we've got vaccines. And these fucking arseholes, these absolute crotch nuggets like fucking Piers Cunt Corbyn and fucking Loser Fox and that fucking Julia Hater Brewer, what the fuck her name is. Heartless fucking Brewer. Oh my God, they're cockaloop today. Oh yeah, look at all these dead British people. Yeah. I mean, sorry, I'll do their voices better. Hey, look at all these dead poor people. Fucking cunts. Fucking bastards. I'm seeing how many times I can swear on this show because I'm going to make a swear jar and I'll make loads of money by just swearing all the time. If you like my swear, if you like my bastard cunt swearing, feel free to give me a super chat to encourage me. Or if you're really fucking offended by my fucking swearing, please give me a super chat. Let me know and I won't swear for the rest of the show. There you go. Can't say fairer than that. Now, if I get a super chat that says, Graham, I want you to swear more, and one that says, Graham, I want you to swear less, then we're going to have to fight. And whoever gives the most money will win. So if you've only given if you've only given £3 and someone else has given you £5, the £5 person will get their way, whether it's to swear or not to swear. That is the question. Jesus. RC, I argue Vietnam point with the Brexiteer, and they said, they're lying about their figures. Yes, the entire country of 95 million people, not a single fucking whistleblower amongst them. Every adult in Vietnam pretty much has got a fucking smartphone, and not one of them has done a TikTok video saying, actually, here's the field where we keep the 100,000 people who have fucking died that we're trying to keep secret because we don't want anyone to know that we got COVID. Yes. But that's the way these people's minds work. We can't convince them. We can't convince them of anything. You can't convince them that the sky is blue. They'll look at it and go, it's not. Because they're fucking liars. They lie to themselves. They spend a lot of fucking time convincing themselves of a lie. And so they believe it. Like we believe the truth. Like we believe that the sky is blue. That's how definite they are about this bullshit. About voting Tory. About COVID being a big conspiracy to make us stay at home for a year and watch Netflix. Leveling up by lowering universal credit by 20 quid. Yeah, I put this to someone licking the boots of a local Tory MP on my Facebook. They say we need jobs, not handout. 37% of people on universal credit are working. Yeah. And I bet that cunt on fucking Facebook, I bet they're happy to take the child tax credit no matter how much fucking money they earn. Hey? Yeah, that's a fucking handout, isn't it? But they're happy to go and use the fucking NHS when they feel ill. That's a fucking handout. Do they have to pay for it? Do they fuck? Do they have to pay to go to school? Did they? Or were they educated for free in this country? That's a fucking handout. If all things being equal, we should have 100% inheritance tax and kids should have to work from the day that they can stand. Put them in a big fucking hamster wheel, make them run. There you go. There's some power. We can generate it from the children, the toddlers walking, and then they can make money through the power that they're generating, right? Follow me on this one. And that can pay for their schooling. Because heaven knows no one wants a fucking handout. I fucking hate that. I really hate it that people regard it as a fucking handout. It's not. People pay fucking tax. Even people who have never worked in their life have still paid a shitload of tax because we pay VAT on everything that we fucking buy. Like, bullshit, fucking handout. You pay into a system so that when things go tits up for you, the system is there to support you. It's not a fucking handout. Oh man, I'm in quite a pugilist mood today. Hamster wheel, don't give the haunted pencil ideas. Indeed. If Low More die now, it's corporate manslaughter and Johnson should go to jail. Yes, Jason. Yes. Couldn't agree more, mate. Don't say that. Graham can't pronounce it. What's the word I can't pronounce? I'm going to have to look this up now. Let's go into Duke Vengeance. Come on. Where is it? Oh, Kakis. I can't pronounce it. Kakis. How do you say it? Kakis. That doesn't work, no. Democracy. Theocracy, autocracy, kakis. I can't. No, fuck it. We need someone else to present this show. There's words I cannot say. It's like he who must not be named. Why? What happens if you say his name? I just can't say his name. Adrian Wilson says a lot of people are just very fatigued. Yeah, God. A lot of them, I think we all are, mate. They really, really want to believe that Johnson government has actually got COVID done. Irresponsible leadership has incubated this make-believe. Kakistocracy. Easy for you to write. Kakistocracy. How do you say tucracy? Tucracy. Kakistocracy. Yeah, no, I'm not. Can we move on? I'm just gonna put that under words that I just can't say. I'll practice. I used to not be able to say Afghanistan or Ivory with. So I had to practice them a lot, and now I can say them. Yay. RC says Boris Johnson could have killed 1,000 people live on BBC One last night, and his fanboys and girls will say I don't watch BBC One and change the subject. Or they'll say they deserve to die for some reason, for being whatever. Tocracy. Oh, so I'm saying tocracy. Okay, tocracy. Kakistocracy. There you go. Done it. Smashed it out of the park. Yes, the worst. It means the worst leading the country. The I think comes from the word cack, meaning poo. I assume. I could cry, but I'm too bloody mad, says Duke. Yeah, come on, man. Let's ferment a fucking revolution. It's common tactic. Also for the UK, it will be prove XXX died of COVID. It plunges down in needless rabbit holes where statistical imprecision is used to obscure some very basic points. Yeah. Graham, you will always be my European hero. I love you. Thank you very much, David. What about a duet song with Madeleine McCann, EU Supergirl? Her name's Madeleine. It's not McCann. It's Maddie K, Kay. She's I don't know what Maddie's doing at the moment. I haven't spoken to her for a while, but I can't sing for shit, so I'm not going to be singing anytime soon. The ridiculous lies, unless I'm very drunk and at karaoke in a Southeast Asian country, and nobody knows who I am. The ridiculous lies are part of a web they need to weave to support the deception. The truth makes a simple equation. The lies have to be convoluted to make sense. Oh, my mum's turned up. Hi, mum. I was just explaining to people that they need to pay me money to make me swear or not swear going forward in this live cast. So we'll see how we go. But I apologise before the swearing begins, unless you've been watching from the start, and then you would have already been you would have already got an earful. Kakistocracy. Kakitocracy. I'm going to have to practice this. Kakitocracy. Government by the least suitable or competent citizens of a state. Moving swiftly on. Indeed. I do think that Boris Johnson can get away with fucking murder at the moment, and it is getting me very, very angry and upset. It's that feeling of helplessness. It's like, what will it take? What will it take to open people's eyes to what we can see, to what is evident? And I guess, in a way, this is kind of like how frustrated conspiracy theorists must feel when no one will believe their crackpot conspiracy theory. The only difference being that we have actual tangible evidence for the motions that the notions that we are supporting in what we say. Whereas there's not any evidence at all. Conspiracy theories are always based on an absence of evidence, aren't they? It's always just like what wasn't there. It's always the whole, not the donut. Sometimes I feel a bit ashamed to be on universal credit. Duke, you shouldn't. That's your fucking money, mate. That is your money. They want you to feel ashamed because they're fuckbags. And it's the money that we put into the system. And we can pretend like it's there to help society, and I can say, well, I'm helping pay for other people's children, to learn things. Aren't I nice? Aren't I a good person? I had a good friend who once said that they wanted a tax break for people who don't have children because they cost the economy less because the kids don't have to go to school, which they thought that was perfectly acceptable until the moment they got pregnant. Then they changed their mind. Direct 180. Lee Corn, thank you. First bid for no swearing to protect your mum's delicate ears. Okay, thank you for that, Lee. There will be no more swearing on the show from this point onwards unless someone beats Lee's pledge of £5 to stop the swearing. So if someone wants me to put my my filthy mouth on... That's not right, is it? Then my mouth that needs to be washed out with soap and water, you're going to have to put in more than £5. And I might have to do an exchange rate if currencies are coming in from other places to see if it's more than £5 or less. And you can control the conversation, or at least the swearingness of the conversation. Duke Vengeance, then I realise it's not me who failed. It's me who's failed. Yeah, I mean, we all pay tax. We all pay money into this. But it's not like we're doing it to help people. Other people, really, is it? We're doing it to fucking help... Sorry, Lee. We're doing it to help ourselves. Can you strike that last F from the record? Does anyone feel ashamed for a genuine insurance claim? No. Should you feel bad when you claim universal credit? Brilliant point by RC. If I could give... super chats the other way, I would give RC a super chat award. I need to have, do you know what I should have? Let's get this set up for next time. I should have a little voice clip or something, like a Ray Liotta. And when someone makes a really good point, I've got a round of applause, and then I've got one that's like a clip from a movie or something that I really love. And, Oh, I'll tell you what it could be, right? So I'll have a round of applause for a really good message. But if you've written one that is absolutely bang on and it's really, really, really good, right? Then I'm going to get the "you're goddamn right" from Breaking Bad when he says, "Say my name." And he says, "Heisenberg." He goes, "You're goddamn right." Okay, Betty Biscuit. Oh my God, £10 super chat. Thank you, Betty. That's lovely. 2 super chats there. Yeah, I don't know if you meant to do that, but thank you. Sorry, couldn't alter the chat amount. That's okay. Hang on, Betty, you've got to let me know since you've given £10. How do you want me to swear or do you not want me to swear? Darren Christian has just given us £6. Saying if now is not a time for swearing, when is? And that's £6. That's £1 more than what Lee gave. So I'm gonna have to start swearing again. Betty, you are decisive in this. Do you want me to swear or do you not want me to swear? Let me know in the chat very soon, because otherwise I'm just gonna start swearing. Frack was from the original Battlestar Galactica. Was it? I thought that it was. I thought they just used it in the remake. I didn't realise they used it in the original as well. Yeah, Mother Fracker. P.S. Team Swear. Oh, Betty Biscuits Team Swear. Fuck yeah. Okay, the swears are coming back. And if you want to stop the swears, you're going to have to pay more than £9.98 on the super chats in order to stop the swearing. So put some fucking money in and clean out my mouth with some fucking soap and water. Oh, okay, all right. I was in a bad mood before. This has cheered me up. I always like a good swear, and the fact that my mum is watching is a little bit disconcerting. But then again, we did watch the entirety of Game of Thrones together, so I think it's nothing she hasn't heard before. Simon John, if you want a tax break for having no kids, just remember it's other people's kids who will become your carers. Brilliant point, Simon John. Brilliant point. But yeah, going back to that note just before the super chats came in from RC, you don't feel ashamed for a genuine insurance claim, so you shouldn't feel bad if you have to claim universal credit. And don't forget, it's national insurance. That's what you pay. You pay your national insurance, don't you? You get national insurance cards because when national insurance came along, oh God, does anyone know when it was brought in? I want to say like 1910s. But I'm not sure. National insurance, UK history. Okay. No. Okay. So national insurance, 1940. Was it that late? I thought that it came in. National Insurance Act of 1911. Thank you. I probably would have guessed 1911 actually, if I had to give a particular date, but I thought I'd be vague enough that if I got a bit out, then I'll be all right. So it was the 1910s. It was indeed. P.S. Team swear. Lars Elliott. Okay, Graham. As a foreign speaker, I'm looking forward to learning some new juicy words. Give it your best. In exchange, I offer some German in kind of cultural exchange. Okay, cool. Well, what I should do as well is, as well as having a button that I can press to do sound effects, I need to have like a thing on the screen that has like all the boss insults for all the different politicians. So if I've got a particular politician and I want to call them a load of horrible names, I've got them there and I can just reel them off like 5 horrible things to say about them. That'll be good. The other one from Battlestar Galactica was Feldercarp. Wow. Duke says, I've built an inn on Mad Duke Isle. Unfortunately, there's no alcohol in Minecraft. Well, we're going to build a bar on Ginger Island in 2022 when Marcus and I go back. So if you don't know, if you've missed this, Marcus from All Shorts, hilarious Marcus, he's like our little... He's our Harry Hill from the Rejoin movement, the pro-EU movement. He's coming to Panama with me in September, hopefully COVID permitting. And we're going to be staying on the island for 6 weeks. I haven't been to the island for over 2 years. It's knackered. Need to fix up the house. Need to put the boards back on the side of it. Need to fix the stairs. Need to put in new solar power, new solar panels, new solar batteries. Need to put in a new water system, water collection, and then toilet and a septic tank and all that kind of stuff. We need to get going on the garden, start planting stuff. We need to fix up the boat dock. There's shitloads of stuff to do. We've got 6 weeks to do it. And we'll be doing daily live shows at 4 o'clock local time every day, which means that we'll be doing live shows at 10 o'clock UK time every day while we are on the island. And it's going to be fun. But from day one, we are going straight to the island and we're going to camp out on the island and only go into town when it's absolutely necessary or there's a party. We'll be also doing other stuff, like we'll have a week challenge, a challenge each week where we have to set up to have a party on the island or whatever we're planning to do. And get everything ready for that. And we'll be filming it all. And then we'll be discussing it after we've done it at 4 o'clock, which is going to be an hour-long show. And then after that, we'll be heading over to the Discord server, where we will be discussing what to do next. And you will be able to influence what we do. And you can say, you could do this, you should do that, ideas. And also we'll be offering things like totems on the island, where if you pledge to be a patron or you become a YouTube member on this channel, you'll get your name written on the island somewhere. I haven't quite sussed out how we're going to do this yet, but yes, we'll have your name on the island. So when you visit it in years to come, you will be able to go and find your name on the island and go, yes, I contributed towards putting this thing together. So hopefully if we get the island's house set up for Airbnb, just for maybe 4 or 5 people at a time until next year, and then next year go back, build a bar, build some cabanas, eco-retreat, awesomeness. And that's the plan. And everyone will be allowed to go and visit. Basically, just book in, lad. Sounds like a tropical island paradise. It's going to be good. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really tough. Because imagine like doing woodwork, right? Cutting wood and fixing it all together. And then imagine doing it in the sauna. Yeah, 100% humidity, 95 degree heat. Yeah. It's gonna be very sweaty. You're gonna see 2 middle-aged men sweating profusely on an island. If you're into that kind of thing, then please come along for the ride. Happy news for parents in Ireland. Kids are not allowed in restaurants from the 19th of July. Yeah, that's a bit mean. I think if kids are playing up in restaurants, I have a tendency to blame the parents more than the actual child. Ernie Burns. It's like Bobart, the American QAnon politician, decrying it was terrible. She got a government handout as a kid, but worked her way up and doesn't need it. Yes, that's because of the help, you dipshit. Yeah, we should just let her die. Let us fucking starve to death or have to prostitute herself in order to make ends meet. Yeah, that's a functional society. Talk about kicking the ladder away. Graham, you told me last night there were no hurricanes in Panama. Yes, last night they were hit by a tropical storm and massive flooding. Well, yeah, global fucking climate change, isn't it? I'll have a look. I didn't know about this, but I've not been texted by anyone. But I haven't really been on. I haven't really been on the internet this morning looking at social media where someone might get in touch with me. I'm just looking up if there's any weather thing here. But yeah, we never had a hurricane, I don't think. Average weather in Panama. Could you do me a favor, Andrew? Can you tell me where I can find about this tropical storm that hit? Because this is obviously a bit of a worry. But I mean, it's not like you know. Who's that gobshite who went into space? What's his name? Richard Branson. He's got an island in Necker Island in the British Virgin Islands, which is just in the hurricane line of fire. That is where hurricanes start, in that area. So yeah, somewhere where that doesn't usually get hurricanes, it should be okay. But also bear in mind that everything that you build in everything that we build in Ginger Island is essentially a temporary structure, because it just will get eaten by the jungle. So we're not going to be building with bricks. We're going to be building with wood, hopefully local wood. But he will, being a carpenter by trade, Marcus from All Shorts will help us with that. Andrew says, will do. I'm just trying to look at it now. Average temperature. Does it rain a lot in Bocas del Toro? Yes. Panama weather. Let's just use Panama tropical storm. Because where we are where the island is in Panama, it's called Bocas del Toro, and it's generally a what's it called, a hurricane hole. So Hurricane Martha is the only known tropical cyclone to make landfall in Panama, and it was the 12th hurricane of the 1969 Atlantic season. So yeah, just looking up news. Panama tropical storm. How will the storm impact Panama City? Okay, update. It looks like it's hitting Panama City. Oh no. So that's Panama City in America. Which is in Florida. There's a Panama City localized flooding. I don't know when. What use is a weather report when it doesn't have the fucking date on the top? Give me the date. Give me the date, you bastard. July the 6th. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I can't find anything about Panama. The only thing I can find is a tropical storm in Panama City, but it's not the Panama City in Panama. It's the Panama City in Florida. So just check that up, Andrew, because there are two. And also, if you're ever flying over to Panama City, make damn sure that you've got a ticket to PTY, because that's the country code, the airport code for the Panama City Airport. It's PTY and not something else. If it's something else, you might be buying a ticket to go to Panama City in Florida. Okay, so because why not have two places with exactly the same freaking name? Lee Corn says we've been given a Morrison's card for £30 from the charity Cash for Kids because we hadn't claimed any meal vouchers from the school. We didn't claim because we didn't need it, and we prefer the money goes to kids who need it. Any ideas what to do with this card? I'm guessing that you should be able to talk to Cash for Kids and say, well, can we give this back, or spend the £30 and then give £30 to the Cash for Kids. Graham, ignoring is the best weapon to defeat gammons. I don't know about that. I think you got to acknowledge that they're there. I don't think just walking past them helps. Oh, I got a super chat from Alexis G. The UK government is pish, says Alexis G. It is. It's absolute pish. Yes, the kids' rule in Ireland is trying to gradually try and reopen. So if kids aren't vaccinated, they're not allowed. Fair enough. Good idea. Kevin Eggety, you can find it on the Irish app. Just print out if you need to travel. Forgot you're in the UK. That's for Lee. Yeah, indeed. And let's have a look. All Shorts has some good sound effects. Yeah, I need to get some sound effects because we can do that. If someone leaves a good comment, I can give you a sound effect. I can't give you a super chat, but I can give you a good comment. So thanks very much for all the super chats today. It's been really good, really fucking good. Because obviously I've been paid more to swear. I've got £16 now in the kitty for swearing and only £5 for not swearing. So that's fucking awesome. But don't forget, YouTube takes a bit of that. So I don't get all of it, but no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to have to wrap it up today because I have an important meeting in a little bit, which I'll tell you about tomorrow, depending on how it goes. But it involves the Pet Festival of Europe and what we're doing next year throughout the summer. Loads of awesome events of music and art and literature and theatre and performance and everything all over the country, celebrating under this umbrella name of Festival of Europe. We want to do a 3-day festival, but that's not going to be anything that we can do next year because of the big backlog of festivals and gigs and events that were supposed to happen in 2020, and then again were supposed to happen in 2021, and now won't happen until 2022. So basically, there's only a limited amount of resources that we have in the country, like portaloos, porta cabins, fencing, security guards. So that if you want to do a 3-day festival, like a camping festival, like Glastonbury or something, we need to wait till 2023 to do that. So next year, we're going to be having all these events around the country. So hopefully in every city, every town, every town would be good, but probably every city in the country, we're going to be trying to put on a few shows from performers from all over Europe. And it'll culminate at the end of the summer in the first week of September, where we're going to have a big finale event of the Festival of Europe season, which I'm hoping we'll get some quite famous people along to perform at. So yeah, it's all good. Akbar Ali, thank you very much for the super chat. £5 US dollars. The monarchy sees Britain as its private island. Well, I think Boris Johnson also sees Britain as his private island. And he sees us as rats to be experimented upon. So yes, I'm going to just hand over to the Discord server. So if you want to join us on the Discord server, please follow this link. You are very, very welcome. I won't be able to join you for a little bit because I've got this meeting first. But I will be along. I will be along maybe about 3 o'clock ish. But if you want to dip in and out and see what's happening there, you are very welcome to do so. This link will self-destruct in 6 hours. So if you try typing it in 6 hours time, it will not work. Conga time, yay, European Conga. I think David's a bit obsessed with the Conga. Draconic says, sorry, Peter de Veers was a character in Frank Herbert's Dune. I thought you were making random sci-fi reference. I didn't realise it was a real person with a similar name. Is it Paul Atreides, the House Atreides? Muad'Dib, the moon shadow on the moon. There is a TV show. There's a series coming out of Dune, which should be interesting. I quite enjoyed the Lynch version. It did have Jean-Luc Picard in, which is always good, and also it did have Sting wearing a gold thong for some reason. Yeah, cool. And also we had the really horrible scene where I think they were taking the pus out of someone's blotches on their arms or whatever. That was horrible. That made me feel sick. And then they did exactly the same thing in Mad Max Fury Road, which otherwise is an awesome movie, but that particular scene, that's one of the many reasons I'm not a doctor. Could not do that. I can't even watch it. I can't even think about it without feeling a little bit nauseous. Right. Denis Villeneuve film 2. Oh, I didn't know Denis Villeneuve. He did the Blade Runner 2049, didn't he? I like that. TARDIS isn't based near me. See the lorries around here, complete with red telephone boxes, their logo. The United Kingdom is not the personal fiefdom. Is not the United Kingdom the personal fiefdom of the King or Queen of England by definition? I guess it is. So it's just coming up to 2 o'clock now. I'm going to have to love you and leave you. But I will return. I'll be on the Discord server in a bit. But if you want to see me tonight at 10 o'clock, you are very, very welcome to join me for Hughes of the World, where we will be going to the Central African country of Burundi. It's a little tiny country with a big history and a lot to say about it. Not all of it great, but some of it's okay. And you might learn I might learn something. Everyone might learn something. You might learn something that you then get to use in a quiz, and then you win the quiz, and the quiz prize is a private island, and you have a private island because you watch this show tonight at 10 o'clock. If you don't watch it, you won't win the quiz. You won't win a private island or a jet, or I don't know what they give out in quizzes these days. But yes, if you want to learn a little bit more about the country of Burundi, join me tonight live at 10 o'clock here on YouTube for another round of Hughes of the World. And it's the last of the bees. The last bees. I skipped out Britain. I'm going to split it into England, Wales, and Scotland. And also I skipped Burma because it's called Myanmar now. And I've just got to deal with it. Just got to deal with it. It's called Myanmar. That's what it's called. So thank you for joining me. Thank you very much for the super chats. Really appreciate that. Thank you to all my patrons. The list of whom will about to come on the screen. And if you do want to join my Patreon squad, head over to patreon.com/thatgingerscouser. So until next time, thanks for watching, and hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.